Everyone's talking about moving to Arizona, but what does it actually cost to live here in 2025? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the real numbers, the lifestyle costs, and a few surprises that might catch you off guard. Whether you're thinking of relocating, buying your first home, or just curious, what life in the valley looks like in cost in 2025, this is for you. My name is Michael Zarich. I'm a 21-year-old realtor and student here in the valley in Arizona. I've lived here for the past 5 years, and we got to know this place very, very well. My mission here is to create here on social media, but also help people, build a plan to live their lives and find a spot here in Arizona that fits their lifestyle. I really want to help families and people build wealth as well, long term, and just try to bring as much I can here to the valley. Is Arizona still affordable? That's the big question. So let's talk about housing and the Arizona tax advantages that most people honestly overlook. The median home price here in Phoenix Metro is around $450,000. Obviously, that ranges month to month and how the market is looking and exactly where you pinpoint to live here, whether it's Chandler, Gilbert, Scottsdale, Mesa, Phoenix, Tempe. It'll range right around different depending on the housing you get, right? So for some comparison, in Tempe, the average rent is about $1,800 a month. So for a $425K home, the mortgage would be right around $2,000 a month. Let's go to Gilbert. The average rent in Gilbert is about $2,100 a month. A mortgage for a $475,000 home, closer towards $2,250. And then lastly, we'll go to Central Phoenix, which the average rent is about $1,650. The mortgage on a $400K home would be right around $1,900. So those are just the three different price points, for rent versus mortgage, which is really, really important when you're deciding to move here in the valley. Next, we'll move to taxes, right? So everyone hates taxes, but the property taxes here are low. And it's about 0.62% on average, compared to California, which is 1.25%. So that makes a huge difference, especially long term. Arizona ranks among the 15th lowest property tax states. The state income tax is a flat 2.5%, lower than most states with tiered or higher rates. Utility and transportation. You want to know what your biggest bill could be here in the summer? It may not even be your mortgage. It could be your AC bill. Expect the summer electricity bills to be between $250 and $350 for a typical 1,800 square foot home. Water and trash range around $70, and the internet can be between $70 and $90 depending on your service provider. Gas prices are a lot cheaper compared to states like California, where the average price per gallon here in Arizona is $3.36. Tempe and Phoenix also have light rail and bus systems that can take you anywhere in Tempe all the way to North Phoenix. Great for students and events, and if you're working in those locations. But in the suburbs like Chandler and Gilbert, having a car is essential. Good news though is most places are only 20 to 30 minutes away, so proximity is a huge perk and advantage to being here in Arizona. Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is also very, very close. It's about 15 to 20 minutes away from Tempe and Phoenix, and it can be between 20 to 25 minutes from Scottsdale, and maybe a little bit farther if you're talking about Chandler and Gilbert. Next up, groceries and dining. So grocery prices are slightly below the national average, about 3 to 5%. You got a ton of options here in Arizona, anywhere from Safeway to Fry's to Aldi's to you can go to Whole Foods, Sprouts, Trader Joe's, some of the higher end grocery stores. They have it all here in the valley. There's something for every budget. When you're as far as restaurants and dining options, again, they have so many different ranges here in Arizona. Casual meals can be between $15 to $20. If you have date nights, $50, and up. There's the high-end luxury restaurants, and then there's a bunch of fast food chain options and local spots to go check out as well, especially in the downtowns of Chandler and Gilbert. Coffee runs right around between $5 to $7. There's the usual Starbucks chains, and then there's a ton of different cafe options and coffee shops, depending on the city that you're looking to live in. So whether you want high-end dining or just some casual, quick, fast food, Arizona's got it. Plus some amazing local spots that you won't find anywhere else. Next up, lifestyle and cost. From $10 gyms and $200 private clubs, Arizona fits any lifestyle. And there's no shortage of the amount of entertainment as well, whether you're talking about the professional sports teams, college sports, nightlife, and different nightlife options, Topgolf, golf courses, pickleball, tons of shopping in malls, especially the Scottsdale Fashion Square, and whatever fits your lifestyle, whatever your budgets are, whenever you like to go have fun doing, Arizona has it, to fit your budget. If you want free fun, there's plenty of it here. We got hiking, trails, lakes, cliff jumping, parks, churches, running clubs, and a bunch of community events here in the valley. Don't forget that also Arizona is very close to California, so you can go escape weekend trips to San Diego, SoCal, the beaches down there, and then also Flagstaff up here in Arizona, or Sedona, or even the Grand Canyon is very, very close as well. So lifestyle here in Arizona is top tier. Whatever fits your lifestyle and fits your budget, you can find. Now, in my opinion, the gyms here in Arizona are top tier. They're better than almost any other state I can think of because they just have a budget for everything. They have the smaller commercial gyms, and then they also have the biggest, nicest luxury gyms that you can probably find here over anywhere in the country. Arizona might be one of the most family-friendly states left here in the West. Daycare costs around $800 to $1,200 a month. Private schools, there's plenty of them, between $8,000 and $20,000 a year. But the schools here, especially in Chandler and Gilbert, are top tier. There's a bunch of different options in high-performing athletic schools, great communities there, especially in Chandler and Gilbert and in Scottsdale, that are top ranked in the entire state of Arizona and in the entire country. Family life here means a lot of splash pads, youth sporting events, a ton of little leagues and community parks, and a lot of outdoor events almost year around here in Arizona. A ton of job opportunities here in Arizona. Tempe is growing fast in tech. Healthcare is also very big with Banner Health. A lot of construction opportunities, logistics, and real estate's also booming as well. We can talk some remote work as well. People are moving here from a higher income states, driving up demand, but also bringing opportunity in a fresh job market. So I've seen a lot of younger people in their 20s, 30s moving to Arizona and finding what works for them, what works for their lifestyle, and finding jobs out here too. So the average is $78,000, but there's plentiful to live well here with the lifestyle you get. Arizona isn't just about lower costs; it's about living a lifestyle that actually fits your future. If you're thinking about relocating, buying your first home, or just want help figuring out what you can actually afford here, click the link in my bio or in my Instagram to book a no pressure call with me. I'll help you break down the numbers, explore the neighborhoods, and then really just help you build a plan that fits your lifestyle perfectly. Your future in Arizona is now.